A massive, luxurious ship, the Titanic, docked at the Southampton harbor on April 10, 1912. The scene is lively with passengers boarding, waving goodbye, and workers loading luggage. The Titanic is gleaming in the sunlight, with white smoke rising from its 4 towering funnels. The camera zooms into first-class passengers dressed in elegant Edwardian fashion, sipping champagne and chatting. Nearby, third-class families with hopeful faces clutch their tickets, excited for a new life in America. The ship's captain, dressed in a formal Navy uniform, confidently inspects the deck. A shipyard worker looks at the lifeboats and shakes his head, worried. The Titanic's horn blows loudly as the ship slowly pulls away from the dock, sailing into history. It is a cold, dark night in the North Atlantic, April 14, 1912. The ocean is calm, reflecting the bright stars. On the Titanic's crow's nest, 2 lookouts in thick coats scan the horizon. Suddenly, one of them spots something in the distance, a massive iceberg. His eyes widen in horror. "Iceberg, right ahead," he shouts as he rings the warning bell. The camera follows the iceberg as it looms closer, a silent giant in the night. The Titanic's crew scrambles. Officers yell commands. The helmsman turns the wheel sharply and the ship groans under the strain. The impact is eerie. Ice scrapes the ship's side, steel plates buckle, and cold seawater rushes in. Below deck, third-class passengers wake up, confused. The ship's designer, Thomas Andrews, examines the damage and whispers, "She will not last." Chaos erupts on the Titanic's decks. Women and children cry as crew members push them toward the lifeboats under dim, flickering lights. The ship is tilting slightly, but some passengers still refuse to believe it's sinking. A rich man in a top hat argues with an officer, refusing to leave. Meanwhile, third-class passengers struggle to climb to the upper decks, blocked by locked gates. Water surges into the lower levels, flooding hallways and trapping passengers. The Titanic's band plays a soft waltz to keep people calm. Lifeboats are lowered into the freezing ocean, many half empty. A man sneaks onto a lifeboat, hiding under a blanket. The captain, standing at the bridge, looks out at the dark sea, accepting his fate. In the distance, rockets are fired into the sky, a desperate cry for help. No ship is near. The Titanic is now at a steep angle, its massive stern rising high above the ocean. Passengers scream and cling to the railings as the ship groans under immense pressure. A terrifying crack echoes as the ship breaks in half, the front section plunging into the sea. The stern lingers for a moment, then rapidly sinks. Hundreds of people are thrown into the freezing water, struggling to stay afloat. Lifeboats float nearby, survivors shivering in the cold. A woman in a lifeboat pleads to go back for survivors, but a crew member shakes his head, fearing they will be swamped. The camera fades to dawn. The rescue ship Carpathia arrives, pulling the lucky few from the icy waters. The final scene shifts to the Titanic's wreck, now resting in the silent depths of the Atlantic, covered in rust and mystery.